Okay, now let's do the black nickel lights. These lights are just awesome quality. I want to show you real quick how to pop the lens off and change the bulb in them. It's real simple. There's a little crack there in the lens. Just put a screwdriver in there and twist it. That pops that right off. And then just go ahead and push in on the bulb and twist it. It'll come out. And then make sure you get the bulb in the right area, the little offset prongs. Just put those in there. And there it is. And we run amber in the front and red in the back. I just pop the lens back on. Let's get started. Okay, let's go ahead and put the bullet lights on the light bar. Okay, this is the way they go. Now, it's really important that you get these star washers, and this is what the star washer looks like. I think you can see that there. It's a little teeth on the inside. Make sure that the star washer is right here, right next to the light and the stem, and then right next to the light bar and the stem. So a star washer, and then you have the bolt and the lock washer and the washer on the inside. So go ahead and just kind of snug those up, but leave them a little bit loose for now. Just leave them a little bit loose. Do that to both sides, and then go ahead and thread the wires through these slots and out this side. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave mine about 8 inches long there. Make it about the same, if a little longer than the stock one. There's the stalker. So I'm going to leave this a little bit longer than this one. About 8 inches. Just go ahead and chop those off. And then we'll put the ends on these and they're ready to plug in. Now we're going to expose these wires that are inside the main wire. The way you do that is just go ahead and cut the end, just cut a little bit of the sheathing away on the end like that. And then you can peel it back and peel this main insulation back off from that. I'm going to leave about 4 inches of wire exposed there. I'm going to go ahead and snip this off. I've stripped about 1/4 inch off the end of these wires, and I've gone ahead and crimped the little male connectors on there like that. What you do is you go ahead and shove the wire into the back of the crimper, or back of the connector, and then there's a little shoulder right there, about halfway down on the red plastic. Go ahead and crimp it right next to that on the metal end, on this metal end, about right next to that little shoulder. Go ahead and give them a real good crimp. And then I've crimped all these on, make sure they're nice and tight. And then I've wire tied the wires with these holes. There's 2 holes on each side here, small holes. Just go ahead and use those little wire ties that we give you. Wire ties those, that'll tie those up nice and tight under that bracket. And then this is ready to mount to the motorcycle. Okay, I've mounted the bar to the bike. There's a screw here and a screw here. You can leave those a little bit loose for now, because what you want to do is you want to tighten these lights up now. And the way I do it, I just use an open end wrench and go ahead and snug them up on the back side here, and the wires run behind there. I'll show you that in just a second. What you want to do is you want to make these lights about level to the ground when you look at it. You don't want them aiming up or down, just level to the ground. And then make sure that the left and the right match each other. You can kind of get back and eyeball that and make sure they're on the same level. And then if you'll notice the wires come up through the headlight bucket right here. I just run those through there. And then I'll show you the wire on the back. I just kind of run it right through there and just tucks in really nice. So once these are snugged up, we'll go ahead and wire these, hook them up, and they'll be ready to go. Now all we have to do is plug in the wires and we're ready to roll here. So okay, the most important wire is the ground, and they're the black. So black wires are the ground, and they plug into the dual green connector here on the bike. They'll look like that. Now this is pretty certain. You can go ahead and stick those in there. You can run them in with pliers, that way they're, because they're going to be tight at first. So run those in there, black to green. I'm going to hold this up there. I'm going to hold that up there just so you can tell what that is. So we'll run the black to the green, and then we'll continue on. The next wires we want to plug in are the blue wires that come out of the lights, and they plug into the blue and white and orange and white. Now what you want to do is you want to lightly plug these in. Don't get too carried away, because in case you have to change these. And then never plug in a light while the key is on. So make sure the key is off before you plug these in. And I'm going to hold this up here just for a minute. And that'll show you. So here's the light. So the blue wires from the light, and they plug into the blue and white and the orange and white. Leave that there for a minute for you. Plug those in, and then the last wires will be the purple. Okay, and the last two wires we plug in are the purple, and the purple wires go into the orange and the blue solid wires. That should be the only two left over. Then kind of keep these neat and tidy over to this left side. Don't plug them in too far in case we have to change them in a minute here. And then here's your connector for your light. Kind of keep that headlight, keep that out of the way of the other lights there, or the other wires. And then before we turn these on, I wanted to point out to you, if you have your gas tank being painted and you can't get the key out of the gas cap, it's really simple. All you do is you just push on this rubber thing in the back. Just go ahead and push on that like that, and that'll clip over there, and then you can pull your key out. There you go. We'll turn these lights on and check them out. Okay, I've turned my key on and they seem to work really nicely. Let me try the blinkers. So right, left. Okay, these are working really nicely. Now, if for some reason they blink really weird, or one light is brighter than the other, then you have your wires crossed in this. You'll have to go back. And then another thing is, if your directionals are off, if the right is left, left is right, then you'll have to go back and just change your blue and your purple wires over. Don't change your black grounds. They'll stay the same. So just switch over your blue and your purple wires to the other color, and then you should be fine. So there you have it. I'm going to go ahead and tuck these wires. I'm going to finish plugging these in and tuck them in. I'll show you how to do that. And there you have it. The lights are on. I put the headlight back on. Make sure you hook the top into the little hooked area there before you push the bottom in. And then don't forget the little sleeves on your little bolts here. Snug those up a little bit. Don't get too carried away. They're small. And there you have it. Now double check your lights one more time. Make sure left is left and right is right. Make sure your headlight comes on. Don't forget to plug in your headlight in the back there before you put it on. And there you have it. Like I say, they are good looking lights. Let's go ahead and continue on this bad boy.